Now Naaman, the general of the king of Aram, was a prominent man before his lord and respected, for through him had the Lord given victory to Aram, and the man was a great warrior, and he was a Mazorah. Now the Arameans went out in bands and captured from the land of Israel a young girl who ministered to Naaman's wife. She said to her mistress, "The supplications for my master should be that he go before the prophet who is in Samaria, then he would cure him of his wrath." And he came and told his master, saying in the following manner, "Has a girl from the land of Israel spoken?" The king of Aram said, "Come, go, and I will send a letter to the king of Israel." He went and took in his possession 10 talents of silver and 6,000 gold pieces, 10 suits of clothes. And the letter came to the king of Israel, saying, "And now when this letter comes to you, behold, I have sent Naaman my servant to you. You shall cure him of his wrath." And it was when the king of Israel read the letter that he rent his garments and said, "Do I have power from God to put to death and to bring to life? And this one sends to me to cure a man of his wrath? Just know now and see that he is looking for a pretext against me." And it was when Elisha the man of God heard that the king of Israel had rent his garments that he sent to the king, saying, "Why have you rent your garments? Let him come to me now, and let him know that there is a prophet in Israel." Naaman came with his horses and with his chariots, and he stood at the doorway of Elisha's house. And Elisha dispatched a messenger to him, saying, "Go and immerse yourself 7 times in the Jordan. Your flesh will be restored to you. You will become clean." Now Naaman became incensed, and he went away, and he said, "Here I thought that he would come out to see me, and he would stand and call in the name of his God, and he would raise his hand toward the spot and cure the Mazorah." And now Amnon, Parpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? Will I not immerse myself in them and become clean? And he turned and went away in anger. And his servants approached and spoke to him and said, "Master, if the prophet spoke to you to do a difficult thing, would you not do it? And surely since he said to you, immerse yourself and become clean." And he went down and immersed himself in the Jordan 7 times, according to the word of the man of God, and his flesh was restored like the flesh of a young lad, and he became clean. And he returned to the man of God, he and his entire camp, and he came and stood before him and said, "Behold, now I know that there is no God in all the earth except in Israel, and now accept a gift from your servant." And he said, "As the Lord before whom I have stood lives, I will not accept." And he urged him to accept, but he refused. Naaman said, "Now if only your servant be given a load of earth as carried by a team of mules, for your servant will no longer offer up a burnt offering or sacrifice to other deities, but to the Lord. For this thing may the Lord forgive your servant when my master comes to Beth Ramon to prostrate himself there, and he leans on my hand, and I will prostrate myself in Beth Ramon when I bow in Beth Ramon. May the Lord forgive your servant for this thing." And he said to him, "Go in peace." And he went some distance away from him. And Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of God, thought, "Here my master has stopped Naaman and Aramean from giving, by not taking from his hand what he brought. As the Lord lives, I will run after him and take something from him." And Gehazi chased after Naaman, and Naaman saw him running after him, and he leaned over off the chariot toward him and said, "Is all well?" And he said, "All is well. My master sent me, saying, Here just now 2 youths have come to me from Mount Ephraim of the disciples of the prophets. Please give them a talent of silver and 2 suits of clothing." Naaman said, "Please take 2 talents." And he urged him, and he tied 2 talents of silver in 2 pockets and 2 suits of clothing, and he gave his 2 servants, and he carried them before him. And he came to a secret place, and he took them from his hands. And he deposited them in the house, and he dismissed the men, and they went away. And he came and stood before his master, and Elisha said to him, Where are you coming from, Gehazi? And he said, Your servant has gone neither here nor there. He said to him, Did my heart not go when a man turned around off his chariot toward you? Is it time to take the silver and to buy clothing and olive trees and vineyards, and sheep and cattle and slaves and maidservants? Now Naaman Zerath shall cling to you and to your children forever. And he went away from before him, stricken with the wrath, white as snow.